Week 5 of the Retro Bowl League continues with a matchup in the NFC as it is the New York Giants taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Alright, let's take a look at the standings first in the NFC East. You see the Giants right now are in last place, but are only one game back of first place. It's a very tight division in the NFC East. Meanwhile, in the NFC North, the division is a little more separated. The Vikings are also only a game back of the first place Chicago Bears. The Bears have still yet to lose this season, so how about that? Alright, we're ready for the kickoff of this game. The New York Giants will get the ball first at their own 35-yard line. First down for the New York Giants. They're going to start the game with a pass over the middle, tight window, and it's caught for the first down. It'll be a 14-yard gain near midfield. Definitely an aggressive way to start a game. First down, more conservative call here on the second play from scrimmage, but no gain on the play. New York Giants defeating the Dallas Cowboys last week, earning their first win of the season. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings defeated the Lions in a thrilling overtime game. Here's a completion for a first down. Both these teams with compelling victories last week, trying to keep the momentum going. First down, here is the run, making the defender miss, but only picking up 2 yards. It's going to be second down and 8 now. Giants slowly moving down the field. Here's the pass, intercepted! And it's an opening drive interception from the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, and this is just a poor throw. He's got lots of time in the pocket. And I'm not really sure who he's throwing to here. Well, I do, but it's just not a good decision because that receiver was not open at all. Not one bit open. Alright, so the Vikings make a defensive play. Now they will have the ball at their own 30-yard line. First down, nice run. Good tackle made. 4-yard gain. Second down and 6 now. For the Vikings. Gonna wait. Gonna fire over the middle. It's complete. It's a first down. Gets a block. Past midfield. A 17-yard gain. Vikings offense pretty good last week, so expect more of the same this week. And a nice run for a first down and more, and picking up 16 yards inside the 35. Yeah, good play now from the Minnesota Vikings. This is a very nice run. Nice stuff from right there. A bunch of defenders just whiffed, though. You gotta make those tackles if you're the Giants. 2 minutes into this game. First down for the Vikings. Gonna wait. Fire. It is complete. Finds a open receiver. First down. Inside the 15-yard line. Picking up 19 yards. The Vikings are in the red zone. First down. Waiting. Throwing. It is caught. And he was inside the 1. Yeah, the Vikings quarterback is out all day on a lot of these pass attempts. First and goal, here is the run, and he is in for the touchdown! And the Vikings cash in off the turnover. Yeah, they certainly do. Very costly turnover for the New York Giants early in this game. Points off turnover is always a huge statistic in a football game. So the Vikings on the board first. Extra point attempt is good. 7-0 for Minnesota. Now the Giants, again, big upset last week's, a big surprising win over the Dallas Cowboys. It's their only win of the season. This is a very tough Minnesota Vikings team. They've only lost once all season. Here's a first down and more. That is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. The Vikings lead 7-0. Alright, about to start the second quarter is the first down for the New York Giants. Pressure and sacked! Yeah, good pressure from the Vikings defense. Much better than the Giants' pressure on the quarterback. Notice on that opening drive, not much pressure from the Giants defense on the Vikings quarterback. Pressure once again. Has to get rid of it, and it falls incomplete. It's now going to be third down and 16. Long way to go to get the first down. Here is the pass. It is complete, but the tackle made right away. And that's going to set up fourth down. They're going to punt the ball. Yeah, I mean, 4th and 8 is just too long of a distance to go for it early in this game. I know you're trailing, but you got to punt that football away. Hope your defense makes a stop with field position. 4-yard gain on the run. Second possession for the Vikings offense. Second down and 6. Lots of time once again. I was talking about it earlier. I mean, the Giants need to pressure the Vikings quarterback much better than that. Gotta give credit to the offensive line, though. Third down, it is caught. Nice move to get the first down. Still running down the sideline, still going into Giants territory, and finally knocked out of bounds. Geez, that play, at first, it didn't even look like it was gonna go for a first down, but it went for 24 yards. Losing yardage on the run. On that play, second down and 11 for Minnesota. Waiting, throwing, completing inside the 40. It's another first down for the Vikings, and there he goes. And a nice tackle made. Potentially a touchdown saving tackle. First down for Minnesota. Their offense once again rolling, and another nice run. Yeah, the Vikings running game, I mean, they got that one play tackle for loss, but for the most part, the Vikings running game has been pretty good on this game. Second down and 3. Gonna throw, and it is a little bit low, incomplete. It's gonna set up third down and 3 for the Vikings. Gonna wait. He finds a receiver open. It is complete on the right side of the field, inside the 10, and that will set up first and goal. The Vikings are in such a good position right now because not only could they end the half with a touchdown, they get the ball to start the second half as well. First down, waiting, and sacked back at the 15. A big sack there for the Giants, just trying to force them to a field goal at this point. Second down and goal back at the 15-yard line. Here is the throw over the middle. It is complete inside the 5, tackled near the 3-yard line. The Vikings will have to call their first timeout with 16 seconds to go. Third and goal at the 3. Waiting, throwing, end zone just behind the receiver. Oh, that's unfortunate that they couldn't connect. And they're going to settle for a 17-yard field goal here to end the half to make it a 2-possession game. The kick is on its way, and it is good. So 10-0, and that will take us to halftime. Pretty dominant performance from the Minnesota Vikings in that first half. The Giants are lucky that they're not trailing by more, but they are down 10-0 at the half. All right, the Vikings get the ball to start the second half. They're up 10-0. They're in cruise control in this game so far. We'll see if that continues. That pass is low, incomplete. Second down and 10. Waiting. Here is the throw. It is complete. It will be a first down. Past midfield, breaking tackles, and he's off to the races. Inside the 40. It's a foot race. Only one defender has a chance, and he will get him at the 16-yard line. A 49-yard gain for the Vikings. Wow, what a big gain this was. He's got lots of time. Giants defense has just been very mediocre in this game. And just a broken tackle, and only one guy actually really has a chance to tackle him at all. But he does. Gotta give him credit, but yeah, it's not the Giants' day. You could definitely tell. First down and 10. Here is the run, picking up a yard. The Vikings can take all the time in the world they want to score. Second down and 9. Here is the throw inside the 10. It is complete, and it is enough for a first down. It's going to be first down and goal at the 6-yard line. Vikings trying to cash this in. First and goal. Here's the pass. End zone. Got him. Touchdown. And the Vikings are pouring it on. Yeah, they certainly are. This is actually the running back who catches this ball. Able to find the running back in for the touchdown. Who says running backs can't catch? Come on. All right, the extra point to make this a 3-possession game. And that's exactly what happens. 17-0. This game, I mean, it's been ugly. It feels like the Giants have not been on the field in a very long time. Their offense, that is. Because the Vikings got the field goal to end the first half, the touchdown to start the second half. First down for the Giants. picking up 11 yards. I mean, the Giants are going to have to score in a hurry and hope for a miracle. There's been a lot of short plays in this game, not a lot of deep passes down the field. And they're in Vikings territory. Only got 4 minutes left of this game. Sounds like a lot of time, but it's not. First down, pass. Dangerous throw, intercepted! And it's the second interception in the game, and he's still going into Giants territory. And he's not running very fast, but he is still going inside the 30 and finally brought down. Oh my goodness. This reminds you of when like a big man is running in the NFL. My goodness, look at us intercepted. And he's not running very fast, but he gets a couple nice blocks. And takes it all the way inside the 30. How about that? Vikings defense makes another big play, although that was sort of a gift. I gotta be honest. Yeah, I mean, both interceptions, you can argue, has been a gift. So, first down for Minnesota. Here is the pass. It is complete. First down. Inside the 15-yard line. This game will not go down as a competitive game, it looks like. But my goodness, this NFC North, I mean, the Packers and the Lions have had struggles, but we do expect them to maybe bounce back towards the second half of the season. But you got the Bears, who are still undefeated. And you got the Vikings going to improve to 4-1, it looks like. I think it's pretty safe to say that now. Here's a first down. Here's a touchdown! And the blowout continues. Yeah, lots of time in the pocket. I think the Vikings offensive line has done a good job all game long. More missed tackles from the Giants defense for the touchdown. I think it makes the Giants beating the Cowboys last week even more impressive. You know what to say about division rivals, though. Those games are often more competitive. This game is not competitive, though. The Vikings up 24-0 at the end of the third quarter. Right, we start the fourth quarter. I mean, the Vikings obviously still have to play the Bears, but they play the Packers next week. Oh my goodness. And another interception, and he is still running past the 30. He could go to the 20, to the 10. This is going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Minnesota. Wow. Another dangerous pass. Giants quarterback just making awful decisions all game long. And this is one of the biggest beatdowns we've had really all season. $30-0. It's going to be 31-0 now. A pick six. There hasn't been many of those. Can't really say it came at a bad time for the Giants because they're already down 24-0, but just puts fuel on the fire. Giants are going to play the Eagles next week, so I mean, Giants. I mean, they're 1-4. No one in the NFC East is really blowing the doors off. I mean, it looked like the Cowboys to start the season looked pretty good, but they have struggled recently. As pressure and another sack. NFC North, though, you got the Vikings and the Bears battling for first place right now. One of the two best teams in all of Retro Bowl. Be very interesting to see how that race goes down. Fourth down. Here is the pass. It is complete, but just short of the first down by half a yard. And it's been that type of day for the New York Giants. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I mean, they actually complete a pass over the middle, but not quite enough for the yardage needed. That's so unfortunate. Incomplete. Expect the Vikings to mainly run the ball, run this clock out. and a 5-yard gain. 31-0. It's not been a good performance at all for the New York Giants. And here's a pass, completing it for the first down. Yeah, it's Giants just want this game to end already. Coming up next, we'll see the other New York team involved. They're going to take on the winless Pittsburgh Steelers. Jets only have won one game so far. I don't think anybody expected Steelers to be winless at this point. And they weren't expected to do necessarily well, but not that poorly. 2nd down and 4. Couple throws here and there. Guess they want to try to get the first down to officially put this game on ice, even though it is 31-0. We had the Vikings and the Bears battling. That's the story in this division, battling for first place. Bears still have to play their game. They're going to play the Commanders later on. Should be a fun game. I don't understand why the Vikings are throwing the ball a lot. Are they trying to run up the score, maybe? Who knows? It looks like they're going to score a touchdown! Oh, boy. I don't think the Giants are going to like that. Because, I don't know, it's starting to seem like the Vikings, with the amount of times they're throwing this football, are trying to run up the score. I'm not trying to suggest they are. Maybe I am, but I don't know. It's kind of odd to see them throwing the football this often when you're up 31-0 in the fourth quarter. So this is going to officially end as a 38-0 victory. Dominant performance from the Minnesota Vikings. 38-0. Total beatdown between the Vikings and the Giants. We got more action to come. A little later.